Hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Sonic Mania. I am your host, Too Elusive, and this time we're kicking things off with Chemical Plant. Now I have to point this out actually. One thing I've noticed with a lot of these, I should say, nostalgia titles that came out, Green Hill is probably the most overused nostalgia stage I've ever seen. And I understand that Green Hill is like the first stage, and I know why they keep using it, but come on, man, you have other levels that they could use so that like we could get the same effect. I mean, I wouldn't be mad if they remade Emerald Coast. Like, I know that, not Emerald Coast, but, oh no! No! And that, my friends, is what you call jumping the gun. That's the first time I've ever screwed that jump up. Even when I was still a nubcake when playing through these stages, that kind of tilts me a little bit. Like, I was gonna, like, flex my supersonic skills later on, but apparently that's not the case here. Anyway, what I was saying earlier is there are other, like, first stages, I should say, where you can do that. Alright, hold up, wait a little bit. There we go. Last time I did this level during one of my practice runs, I got baited by that and ended up falling through. Or rather, I jumped on it thinking that there's a platform there, and I ended up falling through, and I'm like, you're not getting me with that again. And I'm just trying to avoid the projectile there. But yeah, I can name a couple other stages where there could have been, like, other stages we should use. I mean, okay, like I was saying earlier, I wouldn't be mad if they used Emerald Hill, which is actually Green Hill all over again, so maybe that's not such a good idea. Anyway, with that, oh no, we're not dying like that again. Anyway, with that being said, hold up, I wanna go up there. Well, anyway, see, I'm trying to recover from that death. Like, first I don't get my emerald, then I die to something silly. Why now? Why is this happening now? Anyway, I do apologize for that. Let me get back on track. There are other first stages that we could have used. Oh lordy, why me? That we definitely could have used. So just to name a couple, like, we could have used Emerald Coast, but Emerald Coast is a modern Sonic stage, so I could see why that wouldn't work. And better yet, we could use Angel Island. Angel Island's a wonderful first stage. Let me think of another one that's from the classics. We could use, I can't remember the actual, oh no. I can't remember the actual name of the stage from Sonic 3D Blast, but I think it's called Green Grove, which, yes, looks like a glorified Green Hill stage, but it does have some different aesthetics to it. What's another good one that I can think of? Oh no, I ain't dying today. Aw, never mind. Anyway, you could use that. Let's see, let me think of another one. I mean, I'm trying not to go into the Advanced series, because even though they're definitely made with the Genesis mindset, they're not really from that era that this game is pulling from. I'm trying to stay within the era. This would have been easier to, like, really, like, list if I played the Game Gear games, but I haven't played those, so I wouldn't be able to tell you what stages I can pull from that. But you know what? Who said it even had to be the first stage, you know? It could be a completely different stage entirely, and I'm pretty sure none of us wouldn't mind. Alright, now this mini-boss it's kind of special. Basically, the best way to handle this one is to camp on one side, and when it comes over, spin dash out of the way, and then just chill for a bit, because if you try to attack it now, you're just gonna get hit, and then you attack it when the shield's gone. I was hoping Tails would hit it a few times too, but Tails is like, nah fam, I don't feel like touching it. Alright, now just camp here. What I find weird about this boss is the fact that it changes momentum in midair like that. But then again, it's a robot. It's probably got thrusters or something in it that allows it to do it, but it's just something I shouldn't really think about too hard. Now, there is another goal ring, not goal ring, goal ring. I call it a goal ring because that's what was a thing in the adventure series. But there's another special ring in the stage that I know how to get to, and hopefully I can redeem myself there as far as special stages go. But back to what I was saying earlier, like, one thing that I would like Sega to do, if they just, well, I shouldn't say Sega, but the developers of Sonic Mania, what I want them to do, if they come out with like a Sonic Mania 2 or something, you know, like, start with a stage that's different from Green Hill, because I'm pretty sure that every person who's played like all the Sonic games up to this point, especially the newer ones, are tired of seeing Green Hill. Like, it was done well in Generations, was done well here in Mania, and then they use it again in Forces. Now, I'm really trying not to talk about Forces in here, because, I mean, even though, like, I could talk about Forces, but, I mean, I could talk about Forces, but, I'm really trying not to get into that discussion. I'm just gonna say this. If there's anything that I have to mention about Forces, is to create the character thing is really fun, and that's about it. But I'm not getting in anything else with that game. Nevertheless, I remember saying, either I said it in a previous episode or I may not have said it at all. I felt like what this game accomplishes is actually done much better than what Generations did when they were going for the nostalgia stuff as well. But that's because I feel like when you compare Generations nostalgia to Sonic Mania's nostalgia, I felt like Generations... Oh, before I continue, if you're playing as Knuckles, you can go through here. But we're not playing as Knuckles, so I just want to point that out. But anyway, what Generations does as far as nostalgia goes is that it's more of a nostalgia game for like the modern era of Sonic games. I can't really say it's for the classic, because there was like only 3 stages that was dedicated to like the classic titles, and the rest of them were more towards the modern aspect of things. 'Cause if I remember correctly, the only 3 stages we got was, I would say, what was it? It was Green Hill, Chemical Plant, and Sky Sanctuary. Now, I understand the reason why they did it that way is because they were pulling stages from each generation. And you know, that's fine. I get that's what they were doing, and that was their way of doing things. But it definitely had more of a modern pull to it as a result. Now, another thing that I felt that Generations kind of messed up on as far as the stage selection goes is that there were just a lot of city stages in there. Like, City Escape was one, then they had, Speed Highway as another. I'm pretty sure Spagnia, or Spagonia, however it's pronounced, the one with a really kick-ass music. Yeah, that one from Unleashed was in there as well, and I count that as a city stage. There are definitely a lot of them in there, and while I don't mind city stages because they're really fun, cool stages to go through, I mean, we've got other stages that we could have pulled from. You know what I'm saying? Please don't fall off. But you know, let me take a moment to talk about the special stages for a little bit while I'm running through one right now and hoping to God that I don't mess up. As you already can tell, there were bombs there, that's why I freaked out. As you could already tell, there are 7 emeralds to collect, 7 stages to run through. And, of course, each stage gets harder and harder with difficulty as you progress through the stages. The thing about the special stages, however, is that if I have to say what is the hardest ones to conquer, it's definitely the 5th and the 6th emerald stages. I mean, yeah, the other, like 7 is arguably difficult. I say arguably because honestly the only thing that's difficult about that map is the fact that there's a lot of holes in that one that you can fall through. But other than that, it's not at all a difficult stage. compared to Emerald Stages 5 and 6. By the way, this is another reason why I feel that this game did the whole nostalgia thing a lot better than Generations, and that's just because it's actually pulling from like what Sonic games did like back during the Genesis era. So I guess you could say it completely mimics it. But at the same time, depending on the type of person you are, oh, I just realized I messed up my combo. Yeah, I'm actually trying to do combos. Oh, yo, here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. Bam. Now, hold on. Don't mess this up. Don't mess this up. Bam. Bam. Having such a rocky time there, eh, Eggman? I am not sorry. Anyway, so what was I about to say? So yeah, it pulls a lot more nostalgia tools, I should say, in this one compared to Generations. Now, I'm not saying Generations is a bad game. Generations is a fun game, a really, really fun game, and I do plan to play that on this channel at some point. But like, as I was saying, you know, this game actually pulls a lot out of the era that many Sonic fans has grown up on. It's like, it's all focused on the Genesis era, and the fact that they made this game with, I would say, as far as visual looks go, the developers literally said they want this game to look like a Genesis title, but they don't want it to look no better than the Sega Saturn, and they accomplished that really well. Anyway, I would like to get in more detail about what I was talking about here, but guess what, we're out of time. So until then, play until your thumbs fall off, and next time we get back in here, we're going to tackle one of the newer stages of the game, Studiopolis. I'm too elusive, and I'll see you guys later. Peace!